Welcome back to Koh Show Live. We got a new special friend here with us, Maxwell Stern. The stage is yours, friend.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Underwater tower, shadows on a side street. Metal met concrete and left a bitter bruise. And I drove back wounded, but filled with wanting to simmer sweetly under an April moon. Though I'm thankful for everything I've been given, it's only human to want a better deal. Yeah, but all that gets you is this awful little screen in a bedroom, just peering in on other people's highlight reels. Oh, and when I turn it off in the morning, every silence is a song. And if we weren't built for this, I'd rather have you as something I get to miss. Hiding out in the frequency of every creaking floorboard. A rented room can hold 1,000 latent songs, shaped like wishes, labeled prayers, floated out into the air, and then they're gone. Then they're gone. So tell me, when did this become just something you do and not just something you done? Wanna know where that line's drawn between going and being gone. Oh, and when I turn it off in the morning, every silence is a song. And if we weren't built for this, I'd rather have you as something I get to miss. Thank you. That song is called Water Tower. I was working on a record most of 2019, and was really excited to put it out in 2020, and touring it a bunch and didn't quite work out like that. But I filmed a video with my friend in Prospect Park in Brooklyn on March 8th, 2020, which was like the last day that you could like really be outside for a long time. And I have this really, 3 minutes of footage that I edited together, just me like kind of skateboarding around and looking at shit and hanging out in the park. And it was like, that was like the last normal day of my life. And it's very weird to have that documented on film for posterity. So that's what I think about when I play that song. This is another one off of a record I did a couple years ago called Impossible Sum, and it's called Going to My Brother's House. And it's about me named Max and my friend named Max and his dog named Max. Says my name, but it's not my name. She was talking to a dog as he was walking away. He sees a path she follows through, moving faster than either of them meant to. Catch local stares, they can tell I'm not from here. Backlit neon silhouettes all drinking cheap domestics, and they scoff and size me up, but they clearly do not give one single solitary fuck, chasing abstract expressionistic lines of tar outside of the orbit of the dive bar commissars. Faith in future, seasons bittersweet, where our tributaries momentarily meet. Indiscreet, wavering but strong. This half-built Rust Belt town is more than slightly overgrown, and so I navigate around, and the debris, it spell sings a command, but I was way too busy playing in a band, and so distracted by the daunting day-to-day to let it register in any deeper way. Faith in future, seasons bittersweet, where our tributaries momentarily meet. Indiscreet and wavering but strong. Says my name, but it's not my name anymore. Thank you. Today is cool for a lot of reasons. The main one is that I get to be here and do this, but also I've never played a show in Delaware before. I've never done it. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Check it off the list, baby. I've been working on a new record last maybe 5 or 6 months or so, and I want to play a couple things off of it. This is called You Deserve Great Love. Artery across my brain, stretching out to every neighbor stain, saying nobody only does one thing. Nobody only does one thing. Down through Virginia, where I worked my way through lonely lower 48, saving up and going for 50. I will keep a part of you with me. You deserve a great, great love. You deserve a great love. Spit out a shadow from a silver screen like a figure just outside the frame. Oh, how I wish you were in it. An ode to our backwards beginnings. A glorified service station sunset seen through a window as we pulled away. Oh, how the river's reflected. It's all so completely connected. You deserve a great, great love. You deserve a great love. You deserve a great, great love. You deserve a great love. It's been forever since it wasn't so heavy. You gotta fight to get it right most days. But maybe if you let it come to you, baby, you stand a better chance of making it stay. You deserve a great, great love. You deserve a great love. You deserve a great, great love. You deserve a great love. Thanks. We all good up there? I'm trying to figure out what my color is. I think it's purple. I think it's like a soft, effervescent purple. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Is that better?
No one else's angle matters.
We're doing it live, baby. You all matter. You can't fix it in post on the live stream. For those watching at home, if you're not familiar with the Koh Show, and I was really not familiar with the Koh Show until I spoke with the Redbirds folks, and they were like, "Oh, you got to come do this." But we showed up here, and there was just like mulled cider being made and a big crock pot full of hot chocolate and a bunch of food, and I was just really psyched at like the like hominess and communal nature of all that is going on here, and it's a really cool thing to be a part of. So
That's how all shows are in Delaware.
Dude,
this is your first one, so you
so-
wouldn't know.
I've been missing out. I've just been right over the border in Philly, just blowing it. Just packed together and angry all the time. All right, let's do. Yeah, okay. Save the sad one for a little bit from now. I don't want to bring the vibe down that much. This is another new tune, and I actually this I could be referring to one of two. Which one am I gonna do? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. This is called "In the Good Light," and it's for this lighting device, right here. Feel purple when I sing this song. wanna see you in the good light. You know you can let your guard down once in a while. They say you'll know it when the time's right. I wanna see you in the good light. I wanna see you in the good light. Nobody has to be that strong all the time to wanna win until the next life. I wanna see you in the good light. I wanna see you in the good light. Further out where your hope and your home can collide. So sing it out into that steep night. I wanna see you in the good light. Goddamn, don't let me do that dance of I wonder what I could have been. Or like I never hit the halcyon heights of joy that I knew back then. A heart filled up with motion, baby. I am leaning into a brilliant beacon in the distance, praying. If there's a moment, don't you miss it. Amen. I wanna see you in the good light. 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 Thank you. This is a song I wrote with my sister, Sophie. She didn't know we were writing a song at the time. We were just talking. I was reading some stuff that she had written. And this song just kind of fell out of the clouds into my head. You are with me in the deep tree creaking, in gnarled roots on every hill. You moved the earth and me when you were speaking. Horizons bending to your will. You are with me. Stream falling over edges into blue. A bent carnation and the cardinal calling. It all reminded me of you. You are with me. You are with me. Yeah, you are with me. We spent that morning getting springtime started, spreading seeds out on the floor. You always looked ahead a little farther, felt everything a little more. You are with me. You are with me. You are with me. You are with me. You complain about the sand, picking glass out of your hands. But love can't survive on any scale. And so I trace the magic of the trail. You are with me. You are with me. You are with me. You are with me. Thank you. I realized that maybe drinking hot chocolate with rum in it right before I sing is not the best move. We're doing fine. Thanks, bud. Thanks. I want to give a huge shout out to friends in Redbirds who I met. I guess it would have been over 2 years ago now at a series of shows called Open Sound in Lansdowne, PA. And I saw them, and I loved their band, and we got to talking immediately after, and I was immediately like, oh, these are my people. So getting to share this show with them and to share another bill with them is very, very sweet. And I love Dan and Zoe and Sam and that whole crew, and all of y'all who have met through them. This is very sweet. This wouldn't have happened without them, so shout out Redbirds. What I should have been doing is tuning my guitar while I was saying all of those words.
You can't do that here.
There's no tuning on the
No
Koh show?
tuning on Koh show. Yeah.
Hot chocolate is mandatory. Tuning.
This is live, all right?
Blemishes and all. I wanted to talk briefly. It's obstructed by my guitar strap and my button-down shirt, but you would think I'm wearing a Dunkin' Donuts shirt, but in fact this is a parody shirt that I made for my friends Lindsay and John's wedding. Their last initials are B and H. So for those wondering if this is product placement, yes, it is. It is very much. But I'm wearing this in.
Do they make coffee?
Huh?
Do they make coffee?
I think John has like maybe single-handedly kept the Dunkin' Donuts empire alive over the last couple years. You just have that friend, just every day, he's got to have it. And Lindsay's from Massachusetts, so that's just a part of, they're all part of the Dunkin' empire up there. This song's called Pull the Stars Down. Building new buildings they're gonna block our view. And I do suppose it's payback in turn for those we did the same thing to. Along bypasses and ring roads, I've been rerouting for years. When the feeling gets old and the question takes hold, am I siding with love or with fear? So put on your good shoes and silence your phone now. Brave the trains and meet me across town. We'll go out spinning stories, trying to pull the stars down. Trying to pull the stars down. Was never known to be reckless or share the sordid histories of friends. Just the same couple stories that I like to tell at parties to sound like I've got an edge. But there's a buzzing in the back of my brain now, like this conversation's happened before. And ain't it a shame to admit your favorite version of something you miss might not exist anymore? So put on your good shoes and silence your phone now. Brave the trains and meet me across town. We'll go out spinning stories, trying to pull the stars down. Just trying to pull the stars down. Trying to pull the stars down. We'll go out spinning stories, trying to pull the stars down. And did you take a couple pictures so you could prove that you were there? Did you stick to that tired old narrative that nothing ever happens here? Silence your phone now. Brave the trains and meet me across town. We'll go out spinning stories, trying to pull the stars down. Just trying to pull the stars down. Trying to pull the stars down. We'll go out spinning stories, trying to pull the stars down. Trying to pull the stars down. Thank you. Thank you. Here's a question, a very professional question. How many more songs should I do?
How many you got?
These are very nice, but no one wants to hear all of these. It's way too many. I'll do like 2 or 3 more. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right.
3. Yeah, let's do 3. In a summer, spent in a flyover town, where we would drink the cheapest thing we could find and wander around. Ears to the ground like a stethoscope, I was tracking overhead arcs, either asleep in the sun or on my way to dance in the dark. And you can find me in the headlines, darling, or somewhere between the margins, minute after midnight, shining on the west side highway and home. look familiar, and I abandoned every plan. So I try not to cling too tightly to anything but family and friends. And if my Midwestern minutes only translate to seconds out here, I wanna capitalize on the time I'm afforded and make a meaningful year. You can find me in the headlines, darling, somewhere between the margins, minute after midnight, shining on the west side highway, heading home, heading home. So can you separate out one from the other? We've all got the same amount of ground to cover. Or did the floor drop out and nothing seems familiar? Nothing feels familiar. Nothing seems familiar. Nothing was the same. Find me in the headlights, darling, somewhere between the margins, minute after midnight, shining on the west side highway, heading home, heading home.
Thank you. That song's called Flyover Town. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that one next. No, that's cool. This brings me to a song I think sort of indirectly inspired by my time spent in Delaware, which has been primarily just going to the Wilmington Blue Rocks.
Yes.
Yep.
And to be in a room of people yelling Mr. Celery is what I wanted out of this experience. But I didn't know about it. And, you know, I had been to a minor league game or two where I'm from in Ohio. And my friend John DeBrucker asked if I wanted to go to a minor league game. And he was like, okay, so the main mascot's a moose, but they also have this other mascot. And his name is Mr. Celery. And he only comes out whenever the Blue Rocks score. And the legend is that the Food and Drug Administration did an event in Wilmington 20 years ago with an apple and some celery and another costume, and they left the celery costume behind. And the marketing team was like, well, we got to do something with this. So I don't know if that's true.
It's not.
Well, in my heart, it is true. I need it. I need this.
Yeah.
Just let me have this one thing.
will.
Thank you.
Later.
Thank you. But yeah, he comes out anytime they score, and what's the Blur song? Song 2, please. There it is. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. All this to say, someone's just doing the little woohoo back there. It made me start wanting to go to baseball games more. And I live pretty close to the Philly Stadium too. And I went to a game, I think early on this past season with my friends Case and Miri, and we got really, really cheap seats, probably the furthest away you could get. We were, all the way back upper deck, last row, but had a great time. Such a nice time, and you could really feel the magnitude of the stadium and the experience, and I was just having a real nice night, and it was one of the first nights where the cold winter had broke, and I was just feeling good, and I came back and wrote this song. It's called Memory Fireworks.
Nobody talks about the cheap seats backed up against the chain link, but you can see it all from here. Squinting at the Jumbotron from the nosebleeds, heat trapped in the concrete, a springtime sweet souvenir. And if you listen close, you can hear the highway humming its oncoming glory. The downpour drumming out a rhythm forming the fireworks of a memory. Everyone eats on the turnpike tonight. I'll be one zipper merged from grace for the rest of my life. Frames on the nails that the last tenant left. We might be a little bent, even at our best, but are we forever pressed to the highway coming its oncoming glory? The downpour drumming out a rhythm forming fireworks of a memory. Is this a thing to continue, or just some need to respond to? It all gets a little distorted in the rear view, but that don't make it untrue. Nobody talks about the cheap seats backed up against the chain link, but you can see it all from here. Thanks.
Thanks. I'm gonna do one more. The name of that song is Memory Fireworks, and those two words are the name of a fireworks business outside of Fargo, North Dakota. And I was on tour there earlier this year in March, and I was taking a nap and I woke up and I looked out the window and this giant building with the words Memory Fireworks on it were the first thing I saw, and I was like, that's a cool fucking name for a song. Yeah, this is gonna be it for me. My name is Maxwell Stern. Thank you again to everybody at the Koh Show for hosting me and for being so sweet, and for everybody tuning in and stuff. This is very, very fucking cool. It's very, very nice to be a part of it. I hope I'm allowed to swear. Sorry if I'm not. No swears in this song. This is called Light Later Lately, and it's about making friends in good weather. And yeah, thanks, y'all.
Not quite t-shirt weather, early April still. Teases warmth and then swaps it for a fickle chill. While the passengers on overcrowded subway cars confer, I count my steps from Catherine to Christian to Carpenter. There's a string of backyard Christmas lights zip-tied to a chain link fence. It serves as a stand-in for tonight's new audience. So we cleaned up what we could and burnt the rest that night. completing the circle, turning trash into new light, and staying light. Later, lately, I was wondering if you'd come meet me. 1,000 tire treads, tick marks read as minor misjudgments, failing exit strategies that combine with dust and dirt and worn out rubber and paint and tar to burn a path between my bedroom and the bar. Yeah, it's staying light. Later, lately, I was wondering if you'd come meet me. Yeah, it's staying light. Later, lately, I was wondering if you'd come meet me. And we soak in our solutions, bitter, brown, and clear, mapping an outline of the undulating every year. And I shudder to think what I've missed when I've been buried in a screen, wondering who my eyes were supposed to mean. I was wondering if you'd come meet me. It's staying light. Later, lately, I was wondering if you'd come meet me. Thank you so much. Now I can drink the hot chocolate.
All right. Yes. A Delaware tradition, as I was saying.
Is that a Delaware tradition? She's like, not at all. All right. Now this is warm chocolate.
So looking into some of the work you've done musically, you know, you have an impressive stable of projects and releases and stuff.
I don't know about impressive, but long.
Long. Let's call it long.
Different.
So tell us a little bit about all the music that you do and you know, who else you play with and everything.
It's evolving a lot always. I think the main thing that I've done for the last 15 years is be in a punk rock band called Signals Midwest. That started in 2008 in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, and I moved out to Philly in 2016, and it cooled off for a little bit, but we kind of found our way back to it after a pretty light year or two, and it's been going like again pretty heavy for the last couple years. We put out a record called Dent last year. In just under 2 weeks, we're celebrating our 15th year as a band with a show back home in Cleveland, which is pretty cool. And we have gotten to do some overseas stuff as well. We're going to be going to Japan for the first time next year in February, which is not a sentence I ever thought I would say, but that's been the main thing. And then there's been a lot of solo work. There's been a project called Meridian that I did with my brother and some friends back home for a long time. I've been playing in my friends John and Myke and Eric's band Timeshares on and off for the last like 6 or 7 years. There's a lot of other one-offs and, you know, sitting in on slide guitar or just filling in with people and I don't know.
Sure. So
Just
you've been keeping busy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I work full time too, so this is like I'm lucky to have very tolerant and caring people in my life who understand that I will, you know, a lot of my time goes towards this, but also lately I've been trying to prioritize a little bit of rest as well, which is hard.
Important, yeah. Now, I think you said you were getting ready to go to Japan. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a crazy story. Basically, there is this guy, his name is Hajime, and he has done a lot of kind of punk and emo tours and brought a lot of bands over to Japan from America, and he's just very kind of clued into our little corner of the world, and he saw us play at the Fest in Gainesville, Florida last year. Yeah, it's a good time. This is our 11th year. That's been a couple weeks ago. It was crazy. And he put up a video of us playing a song with like a Japanese caption, and I translated it. And it said, I would like to see this band in Japan. And I wrote back. I was like,
Oh,
me
cool.
too, man. And he's like, okay, you will come.
Now, are you familiar at all with like Japan's like culture of mascots? Have you ever seen this sort of thing?
No, but I'm so excited.
It is the coolest and craziest thing. It's like every company, every township, every lake, every cracker company has its own mascot with like a full costume and stuff. I saw a mascot recently that like I follow this shit on the internet. Like I'm into these mascots. There was this one.
There's way weirder shit on the internet,
yeah.
so this is fine.
There was this one that just won. Like there's like an annual competition, and it just won, and it was like the mascot for a noodle company that has noodles for brains.
Yes.
And it was just like a normal looking teddy bear kind of, but with a hole in its head that has a bunch of noodles. So I want you to keep an eye out because I think you'll see them
You
everywhere.
should have told me that because I'm gonna come back with like a dozen novelty T-shirts of all the like. If you're telling me there's a Japanese mascot for like a random lake in a small town,
Yes.
I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna happen. That's good intel, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Keep an eye out. Yeah, and so you've already even, you're going to Japan coming beginning of next year, but you've been like, you've toured USA, Canada, Europe, and even Australia, right? So you have any crazy stories, what you got?
Man, I feel like the idea and like the shiny veneer of like, people in bands on tour and like specifically like the boys in bands on tour trope, which is like heavily gendered and pretty stupid. Like it all kind of washed away for me a while ago because most of it is just sitting. It's just sitting and waiting and being like, my knees hurt. I need to go to the bathroom. When are we going to be there? And I've had that feeling all over the world. But that's been, I mean, there has been like some really amazing stuff that I've gotten to do, and I feel really lucky. Just like jumping off a bridge in Tasmania or something comes to mind, or like just winding up in spots where it's just like, how did I get here? This is completely like on the generosity of just people I've met and friends that I've made, and I mean, I can tell you one pretty dumb story, but it's just a good way to illustrate the dumb shit that you get into on tour. This is my first time in Europe, and we were driving from Paris to London without a day off, which is already stupid because that's a long trip, and you have to take a tunnel or a ferry, and you drive the van onto the ferry. And our driver at the time, who was he had it together for the most part, but he just really wanted to get out of Paris. We were running low on gas, but he didn't get gas in Paris, and he was like, we'll find gas somewhere else. We'll find gas somewhere else. It all led to us running out of gas in the French countryside at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's not a good place because that's not like 95. Like, there's just nothing there. And he disappeared for like 3 or 4 hours and like left us in a van on like the side of this road. And there's just like trucks flying by, and the van is like shaking and rattling every time they go by. And I'm just laying there, and I'm like 24 years old, and it's freezing cold. I'm like, I'm gonna die here. Like, this is just it. Like, he's not coming back, and I'm gonna, like, you know, my phone doesn't work, and my French is limited, and I'm just not gonna get out of this. And he apparently walked 3 miles to a gas station, managed to convince some French truck driver to like give him 10 euros worth of gas and a little canister, walked the 3 miles back, showed up like after the sun came up, filled up the van, and we made the show. But like,
Nice.
You just get into dumb shit like that. Like, it's mostly just like logistical problems and a lot of inconveniences. But then you have like, you know, a half hour, 45-minute moment of bliss when you're playing. So it
Works
works
out.
out.
Right?
It works itself out. I don't know why that's the story I wanted to tell you, but like, just to illustrate the like mundanity and silliness of what doing this for.
Yeah.
for
I think it'd be like, one time I went skydiving with Sting.
Yeah, I'd love to go skydiving with Sting. He'd probably be great at it. I would like to go skydiving strapped to Sting. Yeah.
Yes. So, now I think you had alluded to having a new solo record.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been working on it since May. I've been recording it at a spot called Retro City Studios in the Germantown neighborhood of Philadelphia with my friend Andy Clark. He and I are both very busy people, so we've just kind of been working on it on and off. But yeah, I got a bunch of friends on it. My friend John from Timeshares plays guitar. My buddy Ian, who plays in the band Slaughter Beach Dog, plays bass. He also runs a great studio called The Metal Shop. My buddy Adam Beck, he lives in Chicago, but he flew out to play the drums, and he plays in a band called Into It Over It, another band called Sincere Engineer. He also has a studio, and he's just a madman and a great arranger. And then my buddy Myke Brenner, who is an incredible lap steel guitar player, plays on a bunch of it too. And
Cool.
I met him through because his old band Magnolia Electric Company is one of my favorites, and it turned out that we lived in the same neighborhood, and he's become a buddy. So it's a good cast of characters. I'm pretty excited, and we're getting close to being done.
All right. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for that.
Yeah,
Before
thank you.
before we conclude this magical evening, any final words?
No, I just want to say thank you guys all for like inviting me here and like making this happen. There's a lot of people in this room, like over a dozen people, all like running around and looking at screens and levels and running lights, and like it's a big production, and it's very sweet and surprising and flattering, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You were amazing, and thank you, Redbirds.
Yes, shout out to
Thank you,
Redbirds. They're the
everybody,
best.
tuning in. Thanks to the Koh Show crew. We'll see you next week.
I could have taken the guitar off. Mascot's part.
That's so great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.